This is chapter 10, page 1, section 2, circles. A circle is, by definition, the set of points at a given distance called the radius from a fixed point called the center. Example 1, write an equation for a circle with center 3, 2 and radius of 5. To do this, we'll use the distance formula. So let me first graph this. Here's 3, 2. If the radius is 5, I can go out 5 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the circle looks something like this. So basically, if this point is 3, 2, we could say there's infinitely many points in the circle. Let's say here's a random point, x, y. So this is an example of one radius, and there's infinitely many radiuses on the circle. Any point from the center touching the circle is a radius. So if these are my 2 points, 3, 2, and x, y, if I use this formula, the distance formula, the distance between these points, which is 5, equals the square root of x sub 2. So let's call that x minus x sub 1, which is 3, squared, plus, here, x1, y1, x2, y2, plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared, y minus 2 squared. And then to get rid of the square root, I could square each side. And if I square each side, the square root of something squared is just everything without the square root. So if I moved this to the left, here's your equation. So this would be an answer for example 1. That's an equation of a circle whose center is 3, 2 and radius of 5. In general, an equation of a circle with center hk and radius r is given by this formula. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals radius squared. So if the center is h comma k, just like we did here, it's x minus the x coordinate of the center plus y minus the y coordinate of the center squared equals radius squared. If the center is the origin, that means h and k would be 0, 0. So it would just be x squared plus y squared equals radius squared. The general form of the equation of a circle is given by this. I left my answer in standard form here. If I wanted it in general form, I could expand this. If I FOILed this out, and then wrote it in this form, that would be the general form. And if I moved everything to one side, it would look like this. So standard form, general form. Okay, example 2, sketch the graph. Well, this is in general form. We need to get this in standard form. So we are going to complete the square. So x squared minus 8x plus y squared plus 2y. The plus 8 equals 0. I'm going to subtract 8 from each side. And then we take half of the coefficient of negative 8. Half of negative 8 is negative 4. And then we square it. Negative 4 squared is 16. And whatever we add to one side of the equation, we're going to add to the other side. With the y's, we take half of 2. Half of 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. So you're going to add 1 to each side. If we factor these, these are trinomial squareds. So half of negative 8 is negative 4. So I get x minus 4 squared And you can write this twice and FOIL it if you're not believing that, but that should be right. Half of 2 is 1, so this is y plus 1 squared equals 9. So this is in standard form. So again, the center is h comma k. So I just take the opposite. If I said x minus 4 equal to 0, I get 4. It's the x coordinate of the center. If you set y plus 1 equal to 0, you get negative 1. That's the y coordinate of the center. So we have to sketch the graph. Here's 4, negative 1. And the radius is just the square root of that last number. Square root of 9 is 3. So if I go left and right 3, and we draw the sketch, here's the circle. So the center is 4, negative 1, radius is 3. That is page 1 from chapter 10.2.